And today I present to you an effect I like to call Moneymaker with 2 coins. I show them a Kennedy $50 and a Chinese Royal Magic Chinese coin, and we can have the spectators examine it to their heart's content before we even begin the effect. So then I ask them which coin do they have a preference for, and I go, the Chinese coin, and I say, great, we'll come back for that to that in a second. First, I want to get one of the Kennedy $50, toss up into the air, and get it to jump right across next to that wondrous Chinese coin. Not the effect intended, but we will keep on doing random magical moments throughout. So, you mentioned the Chinese coin, so we will put some focus into that, okay? What we're going to try to do is you can hear it, not only see it, but you can hear it, the coin. I'm going to toss specifically the Chinese coin right across and make it appear right over here. That is the Chinese coin. But here's the even crazier part. If I can get this coin very visibly back into my other hand without you even seeing it, would that be crazy? And I go, yeah. And no sneaky methods, nothing. I go, no, we're going to try this. On count of 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Boom. And believe it or not, you can see it for yourself. Now the American Kennedy $50 is right over there. And over here is the Chinese coin. Very, very wonderful. But I want to take it a step further. I can actually get rid of this one because we want to put more of the focus into this Chinese coin. But even if I do, coins just pop back for some reason. And even if I try to get rid of them and squeeze them just like that, you really want to know what happens in the end? It just somehow just turns into a different form of currency. And isn't that crazy? I'm Dan, and hope you enjoyed that performance. So to jump into the whole idea of Moneymaker and the whole thing, it was just wanting to be a bare bones prop kind of thing and something commercial I wanted to be able to do at a moment's notice, and just using the bare minimum of props to create a really magical moment. This has some inspiration from a coin trick I saw in Eric Jones's Metal, I believe, DVD 2. Great DVD, and Eric would know which effect I'm drawing inspiration from. And then I just added my own spiel on it, and just a one short effect, and then the production, which is really nice, and you can get this effect in and out within 2 minutes. It has a lot of bang for buck. Excuse the pun. So all you need for this is 2 similar sized coins. It could even be with because this isn't going to the spectator's hand. This can be a Chinese coin, or a British penny, or Mexican peso, whatever you prefer, and a Kennedy $50, and then whatever currency you decide to change it into. I just decided to rush around and just grab $1, so we're making it work with that. The piece of currency would want to be folded, and it's going to be held in finger palm for later on, so we want it to be comfortable, so I tend to fold it in half, then up, then over. And you can do it like that, or what was the other way I did it? Actually, I think the real method I did. That was one idea you could do for the production. It might actually be easier that way. The first way I mentioned, I just go maybe over, 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 and then up. That's the other way, and that's the other way I might just be using it. So either way, you get it folded up in an easy to also unfold manner. We get this little piece, this $1, and we put it inside a easy to access pocket. I tend to put it in my recessive pocket. This is my recessive hand. This is the dominant hand I tend to do magic with. Okay, so that's over there. So then we can openly show with clean hands 2 coins. They can examine them to their heart's content, and you can open up with a little bit of byplay with a magical moment. If I've seen magicians do the gesture where they take one of the coins, they say, okay, of the 2, which one do you like? And they point to one, and then they go for the opposite one, and then they put a lot of emphasis on it. So let's say, which coin would you like? They point to the American $50, they gesture or mention it, and then you go openly, Chinese coin? Great! and they just keep on going. You escaping the laugh, you just go right into it. Chinese coin, great. What we're going to do with this coin, and everyone's laughing because you totally derailed their opinion. Which you don't want to continually do, but for a contextual comedy of just doing it once, it's kind of fun. And then if you really want to go back to show fairness and genuineness, you can, after the routine, retract it back the statement after to show that it's just for the routine context, but generally you're a nice person. But that's just some spiritual thoughts. Maybe I'm overdoing or even overthinking it, but I'm just generally try to be a kind person. So they mention American half dollar. You can, this is one context you can do it. You could say, Chinese coin? Great! We'll take the Chinese coin, get it, toss up in the air, and it'll actually somehow land next to the American half dollar. And so you do the gesture tossing up, okay? And then it's just in finger palm. You let the other coin that they didn't choose, show it right here. And it's in a brief gesture, people see the coin, and as you let it come down, it clanks right onto the other coin in finger palm. So first finger thumb, let it clank right there, and then you can let it spill out and show it. And it's a brief little magical moment, although a little bit odd, but it's entertaining no less. And or you can mention very casually, okay, we'll come back to the Chinese coin. I first want to start something with the half dollar, toss on up, and you're following with your eyes, boom, and then showing it happens. So I want to make it look realistic, like I'm simulating really tossing this coin up. It really goes up, and then clanking to join itself. And it just seems so fast. It's cool. And then people want to see more, and now this opening thing, little piece, makes people more attentive. Like, I didn't see it, it was too fast. Let me slow down and so we can catch it. And that's ideally where you want to be. But that is my opinion. So now that we've got both coins, and we've done the first part, it is optional though. We then go into the next section where we do the actual meat of the routine. We mentioned, okay, you did want the Chinese coin. Let's just say they want the Chinese coin. Okay, and I do this as I pretend to put the other coin they didn't mention, let's say the candy half dollar, into the hand. So I noticed you mentioned you wanted the Chinese coin. And so it creates this casualness. You're doing it without even thinking or putting emphasis on this one. People just know you're doing it and they accept it. And you're not putting like a great deal of focus into it. So it's just like, oh, okay, he's doing that, so he's going to focus on this. So I know you want the Chinese coin for this effect, and we're going to do something very, very special with this effect. And now what we're going to do is a move I kind of independently created called the pencil vanish, but we're going to do it in a click pass format. So we've retained the Kennedy half dollar right here. Nothing is being held in hand, but we're assuming one coin is there. And we're going to do a click pass where we, with the first finger and thumb, we drop it onto the hand right here. Okay, and we just do it. I'm just doing a couple times to show it. We clank it onto there, but we want it when we do the finger palm vanish. We want it to be more on the held by the third and fourth fingers, so by the ring finger and the pinky finger. We want it to be on the lower end. So when we do the clank, we can then more likely retain the coin they did choose. In this case, it's a Chinese coin, being held by the second and third fingers, or first and second fingers. I think for the clank, it will be between, like, it'll mainly be held by the second finger, a little bit of the third finger, and it's alright if you hear the sound because they're supposed to clink. You would want the sound. Okay, and you could readjust it briefly. You have a half a second to readjust it so you can get in position, because we're going to be moving this coin briefly right after in a very, very loose edge grip style production, and it'll make sense in a second. So we've got the first coin after we've done the finger palm. We can even, after we've put it there, we can then use our thumb to readjust it. I should have mentioned earlier, but we could use it to readjust it to get it a little bit lower. Not absolutely mandatory, but it really does help in the routine in the long run, as you'll see. So you got the third and fourth fingers right here. And then what we're going to do is, now we've got the Chinese coin. And what we're going to do is, as we do the gesture of going up and down, kind of like a bubbles vanish, but it's just, we drop in there and we're making the sound, okay? And I'm retaining it right around here. So it's made the clink, and you can see the Chinese coin right here, and the $half right here. Okay, so both coins are being retained in the dominant hand for this case. So we got both right there. They assume through the sound that both coins are right there, and so I want to show them something interesting. And you can still point or gesture casually while retaining both coins in these positions, surprisingly. And so I'm going to try something crazy. I'm going to actually gesture and get your coin, your chosen coin, to go around across the sleeves, and then from here you can easily, believe it or not, this is pretty cool, you can try not to make any sound. Use your thumb to push up where the upper Chinese coin, the coin they chose, can then be pushed up between the first and the second finger, held right here. So it's just a placeholder, so you can see. If I can remove the $half for a second. We have it mainly held in the second finger right here. We use our thumb to push it up, and then we can clip it with the first finger right here. So the front looks like this. Okay. And then our thumb can come from underneath and produce the coin. Okay. And then you can produce it up to here. With the added $half right here. Same thing. Okay. So we've done gesture. Okay. Done it. We're in this position. Doesn't have to be totally separate, but we want to avoid this so we won't have to worry about sound later. That's my worst fear, having to try to separate with the sound later, or trying to be silent about it, or having to lift up like carefully open up an oyster. If it drops, it makes sound and the whole routine falls apart. So again, avoiding all that is to have the separation with the Chinese coin and the $half beforehand. Really, really does make a difference. So we push it up. We've got it right here. So it's in this position. $half still being retained right there. And then we push it on up. And then we can push the edge. So we got this production. So again, I'm going to try to gesture to get one of the coins to jump to the other hand. And that is a Chinese coin. Pretty cool. But I know you're thinking I'm probably being sneaky. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this coin, that you see right here, the Chinese coin, back into my hand without you even seeing it. Believe it or not, be pretty crazy, right? And they go, yeah, check this out. Very slowly. And then from here, there are multiple ways you can do it. You can actually do it through the blow change, as I covered in a previous video, where you just clip it by the thumb, pushing the finger palm coin forward, and then by just natural gravity, the thumb palm coin will fall out and fall into finger palm right here, producing it. And it's all done under the context of blow change, which looks like this. So it looks really, really cool. And you can set down, open palm gesture, you're good. Again, show the coin, clipping the thumb palm, okay? Thumb pushes the finger palm coin forward, okay? We then let, with the openness, the coin will naturally fall into finger palm. And then we can show the $half, set on there, open palm gesture, seems fair. So again, up to speed, okay? I get it. Blow. It's changed into the Chinese coin. You set down. And then when they're reacting, you can nudge the coin forward for misdirection. And while they're doing that, you can do a La Masque load, where we open our hand just slightly, let the coin drop in as we come around to seem like we're being fair. You can do a little gesture from underneath, and we can show the other coin that they transformed from is now back in the hand. It's like a crazy transformation sequence. So in real time, you can show it, show the Chinese coin, checks out. Oh, again, you would want to work on avoiding the sound. I sometimes mess up so people can see where we can improve. So clip, blow, you can see, change to there, goes. It's really amazing. A Masque load, and then open to show the Chinese coin. Cool. In the original performance, what I did was I showed the coin, I did the production. Cool. But I tried to make it underwhelming for the magic moment that is to be. And I say, but if I can get this coin back into your hand without even feeling it, that'd be crazy, right? And we'll do it on the count of 3. 1, 2, and we set the coin right in the center of classic palm. And we got this open palm gesture covering the fact of the coin we're going to transform it into being covered. So in the case, we're going to transform it, the Chinese coin, to the $half. We curl our hand, and then there you go. So people can see the Chinese coin. They don't see the $half, and we're going to do the motion. And the motion is this. We're going to do a one-handed change, a one-handed transformation change. Credit to David Roth on this idea from his New York Coin Seminar DVD. We use our fingers. We push it into the hand. Okay, our thumb comes around, grips the coin. I know it's a little bit more difficult to do because you've got the finger palm, but it will work with just a little practice. Get it in there. Okay, and now that we've gotten classic palm, we then can be able to wiggle our fingers. And you wouldn't need to have a decent mastery of classic palm to be able to have it done reliably. So practice your classic palm. Usually done over movies, just retaining it there, watching a movie. Give it a little wave, and then you can lift up and show, hopefully not flashing here, but just a little wave, and then so pull up, lift up, and show that it's transformed into a $half. Nudge it forward, and then you can come around as they're reacting to that for brief misdirection. Come around, do the Lamask load. If it's in classic palm at this point, still Lamask load. You come over, drop it in there as you turn around. Do a little gesture, wait a second, and then show the coin's gone across. So again, one last time. Okay, that's cool, but if I could get this coin back in your hand without you even feeling it, wouldn't that be cool? They go, yes, okay. And I said, we'll just count 3. 1, they see the coin. 2, they see it again in a classic palm gesture. Clip it, turn it over. And again, you wouldn't want any open windows when you're doing the clip. Otherwise, you'll be flashing openly the Chinese coin. Hopefully, I didn't flash at all in that case. So, 1, 2, you see it. And then 3, you clip and got it in a classic palm, do a little wave, lift up, you show it, turn it on over, and then you can nudge it forward as they are reacting to the Chinese coin, and they can examine it. I've done a little Lamask load from the classic palm position. Boom. Get a little gesture over here so you can put attention, focus over here. Wait a second to create a magical moment, and then show the $half has now appeared over here, completing the transformation. So that is the opening sequence. That's the second part to it. The third part is the it's like an interlude, and then the transformation. So opening sequence, the meat of the routine, the interlude, and then the production. So now we're at the interlude, and the interlude, we take away the coin that they don't have a preference for, and let's say they want they originally chose the Chinese coin. And so you mention, in whatever context, I want to put more focus on this Chinese coin, and I just want to just do something special with just this coin. And then we do a finger palm transfer, and then we go straight with nothing, mind you, to pick up the load in the dollar, the production, or whatever you decide to use for the end production, and you finger palm it, okay? And then you can come back out with it. But there is a misdirection where we don't need to worry about that so much, because then we show the Chinese coin. But even if, and here's the logic for it, but even if I just try to focus on this Chinese coin, that $half just decides to come back. And people are amazed that, wait, what? How did that come back? And people react to this, and as you come out, no one's putting focus in this hand, which had nothing, went to the pocket for nothing, and they accepted that. But we now have the load set up for the dollar bill production, or whatever production you decide to use. So then from here, let me go a little bit back. So then from here, then we're going to do a double click pass. You can use really almost whatever click pass you want, as long as it gets the job done. I tend to do a pencil click pass vanish, and again, might not be my technique, but I've never seen it. I truly never seen it published anywhere, and I kind of came up with this myself, thinking, how would I, putting that dollar bill production aside, how would I really vanish a coin or put a coin into my hand? I thought that would be the most natural. If you were to really put a coin in your hand, I would just do it nonchalantly like that, and so I'm mimicking that motion. Anyways, so we got the load we've produced, we've grabbed from our pocket when we've done the thing. So again, I'll go back, And I want to put more focus on this Chinese coin, but even if I do, the weird part is that $50 still comes back and I don't get it. And now we're relaxing, and they're reacting to that. And now I've got the dollar, which is just folding all around my hand, so I had to readjust it into my hand. We got it right there in finger palm. And now we do the double click pass. I just, for sake of ease for myself, I just do a pencil thing. So we, real briefly, if I can do it without the load, as we drop it down to the hand, the 3 fingers, drop and capture right here. So it really goes into the same hand it was originally in. But with the shade and cover of the other hand, it looks like we're just dropping it right into the hand, and they accept that, which is really cool. So again, first finger and thumb, dropping it right there. Fingers are up here covering it, and then boom, you can show. And then it looks even better with the double click pass. 1, 2. People accept it, and there's nothing there. Full retention. Pretty cool. One last time. That's my way of doing a natural vanish if I was to show it. So cool. So we're going to do that with the production hit in our hand. So we got that right there. We're going to do the same thing. First finger and thumb drops into the hand. Okay, so again, one last time. It's hard. You want more weight to the coins. It's a little bit harder with the Chinese coin, but you can still get it if you adjust regardless. That's 1. And I close to act like I have something. And then you're just getting this coin and clinking it onto the one that's already in your hand. I'm flashing purposefully for learning's sake. It's so much easier in actual motion, but there you go. 2 coins, and then close and turn. And it really seems like it's fair that there's 2 coins in there, but at the end all we got is the production item. So, natural motion. Okay, but here's something I wanted to show you that's really crazy. Money attracts money or something like that, or whatever side of presentation you decided to do, I'm not sure. I really kind of changed up, improvising to the context of the client and everything. So I changed my presentation to suit them, so it seems like I'm really being interpersonal, even if I'm just improvising as I go along. So, 1, 2, okay. Here's the crazy part. If I put 2 coins right here, do you know what happens? It changes into another form of currency altogether. Show it. You could fold it a little bit. I hand it out. Do open palm gesture. You're all set. They're reacting to the dollar, and that's just crazy. Use a dollar to ditch everything in the setup. Try not to make a sound, or you're just talking to them as you're covering up the sound, and you're all set to be clean. So that's my ideas on what I call Moneymaker. It's just a quick commercial routine you could be able to do in a moment's notice, and just using the bare minimum of props to create a magical moment so your spectators can be happy. So if you don't like to do so much, one advantage is if you don't like to do so much coin magic stuff that ain't you're like, I'm a set card guy, but I just want some basic stuff to be able to make my spectators happy, especially if I'm just doing this opening routine so people don't think, wow, does he only do card tricks? Well, this opens up the doors and you don't have to invest too much effort into it, and it really is bang for your buck kind of routine using the bare minimum of props, and with a lot of fun and interaction and presentation you could add there into the routine. So hope you get some mileage out of it. It's a wonderful routine, and if you like this video, please feel free to give it a like, share it if you want. If you haven't checked out this video or this video yet, definitely check them out, and I will see you in the next video.